I'll start with, you made a very lovely presentation on importance of trust and grievances. I'll start with which we have a young audience here, but we also have an audience which is familiar with what kind of issues are there in India, what we call as Bharat. Debit card kho gaya, ATMs not working, fake parcels. What is RBI doing or the Innovation Hub doing in order to really make this entire grievances more stable? Every day we discover new and new ways in which frauds are getting, they are emerging.
Well, thanks, Nikunj. I'll give you an example. One of the most common complaints in a public sector bank is ATM card nahi mila. ATM card is one of the simplest problems to solve because there is a digital footprint. Did you request for a new debit card? Did the debit card request, was it sent for printing? Was it printed? Was it dispatched? Was it received? Simple 5 steps. And all of them have a digital footprint. So our mission as somebody who's working on frictionless finance for 1 billion Indians is, how do we ensure that we build systems and processes in such a way? So we have done a POC with one bank. We were not too happy with it. Now we have another bank who wants to actually implement the whole vision and thinking. Because we don't want to be the one who build. We want to help think innovatively. So especially on consumer grievance, because we are convinced digital finance will happen only if grievance redressal is taken to another level.
If one looks at the success of how the payment banking has evolved in India, it's a resounding success. But if you really look at the other innovations on the digital front which have happened, according to you, where does India stack up with global averages?
See, as you heard, that India is definitely one of the global leaders. One of the important things is the approach India has taken. It has taken public sector and the government as an enabler and building the rails and the private sector building on top of that. However, I'll not talk about numbers. Have we ensured that an agri farmer in rural Maharashtra can get a loan and get the benefit of real digitization? Unfortunately, a lot of ground to be covered. So similarly for dairy farmers, some of these segments, and depending on, because I don't know, I can give an example of a farmer in retail.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So we did a study to understand what does it take for a farmer to get a loan of up to 1.6 lakhs. Just 4 to 6 visits, 4 to 6 weeks. That's it. Imagine if you and I have to visit our branch 3 times, what would we feel? And the branch is a kilometer away. You and I have a car to go through the branch. But here in rural India, that person has to lose wages or a day's earnings to do that. That is how we conceptualize our project, that let's look at leveraging India's digital infrastructure, India's DPI. So we analyze there are 9 steps which can be converted into nothing but 9 API calls. So as a pilot was announced by the governor some time back, that has reduced the time for a farmer from few weeks to few minutes. And we already started pilot with a number of state governments. So I'm saying this is the power of transformation. So while the number of UPI is 14 billion, that's amazing, we are a global leader. But on credit side and on savings side, there is a lot that we could do. So I can give you an example of savings. 450 million women in India. How have they saved? My mother, my grandmother, how did they save? They would try and keep away money in a rice jar या आटा या कहीं पर दाल में रखते थे. Why can't finance be as simple as saving 10 rupees at near zero cost? It's possible. We've done some rough maths. There is a lot of discussion. I'm sure Nikunj moderated sessions on that. And the governor has spoken about savings. We did a rough maths. We realized if 450 million women save 500 rupees a month, the incremental savings could be the tune of 17%. And mind you, I'm talking about conservative 500 rupees a month. So we are doing pilots right now to see what works for the consumer, assisted mode, self-service mode, Can it, and why can't you make it simple? Simple and easy. If nearly everybody can use a messaging app, why can't they save money as easy as a rice jar?